everybody, Spencer Jones here with our Jones and 4 live cooking show. Brought to you again from the wonderful Jones Kitchen here back at our house. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. We have a fun and delicious recipe for you. Now, we are coming back from a 3-week break. It's been so long. I've missed you. How have you been? What have you been up to? Seeing anybody new? I'm not. I'm waiting for you guys because this is, I've missed it. I was 1 week, I was out in Utah. I didn't get a chance to do the live cooking show when I was out there. I was out kayak fishing and filming for the mini-series. It was so much fun. Amazing part of our country. Just absolutely stunning and beautiful out there. And then the other 2 weeks, well, we were actually in Romania. Katie and I were out there having fun. We hiked in the Carpathians. Oh, so beautiful. Saw amazing sights, castles. Just incredible. So we were gone there for those 2 Mondays. So I apologize for being gone. Couldn't make the live cooking show happen for those weeks, but I'm happy, I'm refreshed, I'm ready to be back. We are at the beginning of a new school year, the 2018-2019 school year, which, you know, it is what it is. I'm kind of ready for kids. Let's go have some fun and teach them some fun music and all that. Well, as I said, today's cooking show is a fun one. For you, we're doing a fun, different recipe, and one that's gonna be it's a little tongue twister for you. The pasta with squash sauce. Can you say it 3 times fast? First part's easy. Pasta with squash sauce, pasta with squash sauce, pasta with squash sauce. It's tricky. So anyway, this is a fun recipe, perfect for the late summer or early fall times when you have a squash, right? So you go out to your garden, you grab some squash, you grab some pasta, a little bit extra seasoning and some cheese. You are golden. This is an amazing vegetarian recipe. You can make it vegan if you want, or you can customize it, right? And we're not going to tonight during this cooking show, but you could easily add chicken. You could add shrimp. You could add salmon to it on as a side dish, fish as a side dish, whatever you want, right? Any protein you want on the side totally works with this. Well, come join me over here. Let me show you what you need to make the pasta with squash sauce. Let's go take a look. All right, so we have pasta. Now, you see 2 different kinds of pasta here, right? We got penne pasta, that's really cool, curly kind of pasta, stuff like that. Why do I have 2? Because that's all I had in the house. So that's what you're going to put up with for the show, is 2 different kinds of pasta because I don't have other ones. Oh well, this is a real live cooking show, folks. Having fun with it. All right, you're going to need some olive oil. You could use any other oil you want, but olive oil works. We got some black pepper. Onion powder, you could use a real onion if you want. That works if you have one. If you grew one, that's perfect. I have onion powder. Little sea salt, little salt right there. I got a cup with water in it. Isn't it cute? Oh, little Tyrannosaurus Rex cup. So pretty. Then you're going to need about a 1/3 cup or so of, this is grated Parmesan cheese. You could use other cheese if you like. We're using grated Parmesan. We got 4 cloves of garlic, all chopped up, minced up, and that is 2 yellow squash. So what I did with that, bring it up here. So the yellow squash here, I chopped it up with the, what do you call that thing later? Let me show it to you. I can't think of the name. It disappeared. This thing. The veggetti. How can I forget that name, right? Yeah, right. Anyway, so it basically spiralizes it and makes it into noodles, right? So it makes your zucchini or squash or whatever into noodles. So I did the small one setting on that and noodled it up. Why not? And then chopped it up so it's a little finer. You could just chop it up if you want your squash into fine ones. All it does is to help break down because the squash is going to The squash is going to make our sauce. So by chopping up smaller, it makes it easier to cook and break down, right? So that's all I did. You could use, this is yellow squash, you could use zucchini for this. If you wanted to, another one I thought would be amazing would be a butternut squash. Oh, so good. You get the skin off, you cut it up real fine, cook it down. Oh, that makes such a good sauce. So tasty. But that's what we're using tonight. All right, we have our water boiling already. A little prep before the show there. So we got our water boiling set for the pasta. It's going to be a nice rolling boil. We're going to turn our large pan on high. We're going to add the olive oil. So you probably want a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons in there. All right, for this I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. I'll eyeball in it because that's what we do on the Jones and 4 live cooking show. We're going to let the oil heat up. As soon as it's hot, we're going to throw in the garlic, which you'll see me do shortly. So, as we're going around and doing all this stuff and we're waiting for this to cook up, I just want to thank all of you for watching this and tuning in. You guys are all stars. I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day and watching the show and liking the video and sharing it and commenting. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for everyone who's doing that. You guys are all stars. Give yourself a pat on the back, put your arm out, bend your elbow, and pat yourself on the back because you are awesome. Thank you very much for that. And as we're going by here, let's see if anyone write a comment there. Let's see, just making sure any of you have comments. I'd love to see them. Post them up here. We'll see if I can see them. It's a little bit different view this time than other shows, so we'll see. Okay, just reading the little comments on there as we're going. So yeah, give it a thumbs up, like it. Hey, there's Edgar. Thanks for watching, buddy. Appreciate it. We got this cool show, cool recipe happening here. So, it was amazing. When I was out in Utah, we hiked. We hiked in different mountain ranges. Well, it was all the Rocky Mountains, right? But we hiked in different mountains. There's this donut hole place. No, there weren't any donuts, but this waterfall like caved in the rocks, which is cool. So yeah, it worked its way through the rocks, so it ate a hole in it and made this cavern, and then it went out down this waterfall. So you hiked on the trail up to the waterfall, then you went up the side of the waterfall to go into this cavern to see the water coming through the hole on top. It was just incredible. It's amazing what you can see out in nature. And so I highly suggest if you get the chance, go out, explore, go outside, explore outside, go hiking, go see the sights. We got more to chat about. But our oil's getting hot right now, so it's nice and hot. We use olive oil. We're gonna put our garlic in. Hear that sizzle? You want that sizzle. Oh, it's so good. We're just gonna stir this a little bit, make sure all the garlic gets in there. And we just want that to brown up and cook a little bit before we add in our squash. Now that that's starting to cook up, we're going to throw in our noodles into the sauce. Now, if you're just using one type of noodle, doesn't matter what you use, elbow, right? Elbow style, penne pasta, anything works, right? Whatever your family's favorite, whole grain's the best. Again, this stuff that I have is not necessarily the best pasta, but I'm trying to clean out what we have in the cabinets, folks, so I hope you understand where I'm coming from with that. This stuff takes a little bit to cook, so we're going to put this one in first, and then after a couple minutes we'll throw in the other one, so it all works out just fine. Actually, let me use this one like that, so it gets to a boil. Turn that up a little bit. We should be rocking and rolling there. Oh yeah, garlic's already browning up. Bring you over to see what it looks like, just in case you're curious what browning garlic looks like. See some awesome comments there. Let's see. Hey, Edgar, thanks for liking and commenting on the show. You're awesome. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to be fit and healthy. It's all about so I can chase my passions to the max, right? And so being healthy, and whatever that looks like for you, so that you can continue to do what you love and be with the people you love is important. All right, so here is, see if we can tune it in there. And now you can see it. Now it focused in. Garlic browning up nice and fast. Oh yeah, smells amazing. Garlic browning up. Cool. Bring you back over here. Hello. You're up there. So let's add in now that that's browning up, we're going to add in our squash. Let me show you what that looks like again. Bring you over here. So the squash here is, again, 2 yellow squashes that I put into noodles. Ooh, yeah, hear that sizzle? That's beautiful. That I put into noodles and I chopped up just so they're smaller, like really like bite-sized pieces. You can see some of it extras in there, right? So that size. The only reason I did that is so it breaks down faster, because this is going to create our sauce. So you want to get this around, bring it almost like grab it. So we're going to mix that garlic in here and really get that squash starting to cook, right, to heat up and break down. See that oil in there a little bit, and water in the zucchini is going to help. And also, at this point, you want to add a little bit of the black pepper. So you use pepper if you want to grind it on, that's great. We're just going to sprinkle some on. Not a lot, but just a little sprinkle for some flavor. And then, depending on how it's looking and what kind of squash you're using, you want to let it cook. And it's going to take some time. The squash takes a little bit to break down. Now, you could totally speed this up if you wish, by using a blender, right, or a food processor. Put your squash into it with maybe a little bit of water or almond milk or regular milk if you wish, and let it just blend it up so it becomes that sauce, right? That's how you can make a really good vegetable soup, is by cooking the vegetables all together with some broth, putting it in a blender, and blending it. It's a really nice, rich sauce you can get. So that's something you could do with the squash if you like, or you could do it this way. This is going to have it be a little bit lumpier, not that that's the right word for it, but it's going to have more texture to it. That's probably a better word for it. So we're just stirring this around, make sure it doesn't stick on our pan as best as we can at least, right? And helping it cook down. One thing you could do to help it reduce or cook down faster is by adding a little bit of water. And that's why we have the water here in our cute little Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? It's so cute. Mug or cup in here. So we could just put it in here, and that steam is going to help break it down. You don't want to put a whole bunch. What you're really looking for is that steam that's going to come off there in just a little bit. There, see? I don't know if you can see it starting to steam up more. So, yeah, and we're just going to let that cook, and then we can add more water if we want, and let it reduce down. We're just trying to break down that, turn it up even a little more if you want. Try to break down that squash as fast as possible. If you're using a harder squash, like a butternut squash or acorn squash, butternut's harder than acorn, but if you're using one of those, it's going to take even more time. Again, you can use a food processor if you wish, and then just heat it up. Maybe heat, blend, and heat it up again. That's totally acceptable. All right, it's just been a couple minutes here with our pasta in the back. We're going to add a penne pasta so that they're done roughly at the same time. Again, use whatever pasta you have on hand. You can make your own pasta. You don't even necessarily need your own pasta. If you wanted it to be totally vegetable, all on its own, right? It's just straight vegetables. You could really make your zoodle up, right, with your squash, and then take a squash or zucchini and use your veggetti or whatever you want to call that thing to make the noodles, right? And serve it on that. Totally vegetable recipe. That way you get your vegetables in for the day and have it be delicious as well. So we're just stirring this, make sure it breaks down, starting to get looser, starting to get more wilty, I guess would be a word for that, to help that happen. All right, Edgar, I saw a post on there. Again, if you have any comments or questions, folks, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching again, and thanks for watching on Facebook. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and add comments, any questions you have, any recipes you'd like to see upcoming for the school year, right? Maybe meal prepping for the school year for you or your kids or anything like that. Recipes or food groups you'd like to see more recipes in, drop them in the comments below. That's how I know what you want, right? By messages and comments. So hit me up, let me know what you want to see on the show so I can make stuff that you like and you're interested in. It's only way I know, folks, so drop them in the comments. So Edgar, your comment, sorry. Is this a keto recipe? You know what, buddy, I am not 100% sure, and the only reason I'm not 100% sure, and I'll be honest, I'm going to be upfront with y'all. I'm not 100% positive. I haven't done enough research on keto to know exactly what is in that recipe or what's not in that recipe. So I apologize. I apologize for that, not helping you. But I can tell you what's in this recipe. And depending on it's pasta. So be smart about what pasta you pick, right? As far as keto goes or any diet goes, usually, now this isn't this, I know, but I usually like the whole grain pasta if I'm going to make anything like that. Like real whole grain pasta, stuff like that. So you have that, right? So your pasta. And then you have zucchini, or I'm using yellow squash in this case, any kind of squash, right? And then garlic. So you're thinking just vegetables at the moment. Then, a little more water there. Then we also have cheese. Now I'm using Parmesan cheese, natural, healthy Parmesan cheese. I should say healthy necessarily. We're adding that cheese. You could leave it out if you want. You don't need any cheese in there. What I find is that it helps bind it together, makes it, more of that sauce that you're looking for in a sauce. So the cheese will help with that. Now, you can use any type of cheese you want. It doesn't have to be Parmesan. That's just helps with a little bit of Italian flavor that we're going for. But you could really make it with any type of sauce that or cheese you like, or leave it out. Maybe none. Maybe you use milk. right? Almond milk or regular milk or whatever, or a different type of cheese. Up to you, whatever you prefer, really. All right, so it's starting to break down. The pan's browning up a little bit just because I let it go a little too long on the high heat. I probably should turn it down just a hair so it doesn't burn. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, that looks awesome, doesn't it? Tasty. And got our pasta boiling over there, boiling away, getting ready to be done. So I apologize, Edgar, about not answering your question about it being a keto recipe. I appreciate the question and comment. And I apologize, I can't answer. Maybe someone else who knows a little bit more can help them out. But that's all that's in it, right? Squash, water, you got your onions, garlic, cheese, olive oil, and then your pasta, right? And again, totally customizable. If you did not, or if, let's just say, right, we're not really having protein with this meal, but if you wanted to have a protein with it, you could easily, and I mean like crazy easily add it, right? So if you wanted, I'm gonna add a little more water here. Help it cook down. Now, you can easily add shrimp, right? Cook up some shrimp, the seasoning, throw it in here, right? Or make it in a side pan and then add it to it. Totally simple. That would work. You could have chicken. You can make a chicken breast, chop it up, or just have it on the side as a chicken breast, or chop it up, or shred it, right? Maybe you made a shredded chicken out of a crock pot. It's one of our recipes. You can find it on our website, spencermjones.com. You can find it, and then shred it up and put it in the sauce with your pasta, and then you got this amazing, fun, tasty dinner with that. You can cook up salmon on the side, fish on the side, right? You can always, this is a great main dish. It's also a great combined side dish with your protein and carbs, all depending what you're looking for and what you'd like to have. So lots of options, lots of ways to customize this for you and your family so that you can enjoy a healthy meal. Because really, this show's about finding ways to eat healthy, that's tasty, that's delicious, so that you and your family can be healthy and fit, so you can chase your passions to max, so you can hang out with your family longer and enjoy your time on Earth together. And that kind of goes along with the hiking thing I was doing before, right? Whether it's kayak fishing, if that's your passion, or horseback riding, or whatever, to get out and chase it. Now, I was out kayak fishing out in Utah. That's where we went hiking and did those amazing things. Saw some amazing sights out there. We hiked up a mountainside as well. We didn't get to the summit, but we did hike pretty cool. It was fun. And then in Romania, Katie and I hiked in the Carpathians, their mountain range up there, and wow, it was incredible. It was a 10-hour hike. I lied. It was about a 9-hour hike, I think, that we hiked, and we hiked up to 6,200 feet above sea level. It was just absolutely incredible. Amazing views. We saw where we were at. We saw the 3 different parts of Romania before it joined up to be Romania, like Transylvania, Moldova, and Wallachia. It was just incredible to see the different valleys and mountain ranges and hear the stories. It's incredible what travel can do for you. Whether you travel, I'm just going to reduce it on a little bit more here. Whether you travel across the globe, across the country, across the state, or even across your town, right? It doesn't matter, because traveling lets you see a different part of the country or wherever you are, right? Lets you see something different, and it allows you to, or I shouldn't say allows you, you gain, what's the word I'm looking for? Not respect. You gain, oh my gosh, the word just totally gone from my head, but you gain appreciation. There it is. You gain appreciation for your surroundings, for what you have, because we see it so much day to day, like your daily surroundings. You see it all the time, that it's so easy to just become accustomed to it and not see it. We saw it in Romania. We saw churches that were 400 or 500 years old, and to us, we're like, oh my gosh, that is just incredible. Churches and buildings and whatever, and people were walking by like they didn't notice it, they didn't realize it. You lose that appreciation. So by traveling, you appreciate what you see there, but you also then you come back and you go, wow, I really love our house here. Like I was out in Utah, and Utah's beautiful. And then we came back home, and I'm like, wow, I love the space we have here, the grass and the openness and just the way it looks. You gain appreciation for what you have, no matter where you travel. So I highly, 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 highly suggest to all of you to travel when you can, no matter where it is, how far. Get out and travel, experience those things, because it will open your eyes to so many things and your appreciation. All right, I'm just going to test if this pasta's ready. It looks ready. It's done. This is almost done here. So our squash is really wilty right now, which is fantastic. We're going to add our Parmesan cheese. Again, we have about a 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. Add it into our 2 squash. Okay, I got to do this real quick here. I'm just going to empty the pasta out of the water. There we go. Put it back in there for the moment. Sorry about that. Bring it over here so you can see what this looks like. Whoa! So there's the squash with the Parmesan cheese. I'm stirring it with my left hand. That's why it's getting all crazy. Like crazy hair, crazy cooking. That's safe. We'll throw it back in there. All right, now we're just going to stir this together. There we go. Going to add a little bit of water. Again, you can add milk if you wish. That is totally acceptable. I'm going to turn the heat up so it melts it a little faster. And just stir it up, then we're going to mash it up. So let's see. I'm sorry, Mr. Comments. Edgar, looks great. I just have to make it without the grains or pasta. Totally doable, right? You could just have the sauce on its own. You could leave it like this, as a matter of fact, if you want. That totally works. Or what you could do is, again, you can make zucchini noodles and cook it down for the sauce, and then make zucchini noodles for your noodle part. That would work out great. Those are all options for you as well. Awesome comment. Thanks. I appreciate it, Edgar. Thank you so much. And Melinda, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. You finally caught us live. Sweet. Glad to have you watching us. Make sure the camera's not all tilted there. Okay, our cheese is melting. It's looking good. Our pan's starting to get a little dark. That's all right. We're going to add in, oh, I forgot to mash. I forgot to mash it. Oh, it happens. Put a scoop in. There we go. Scoot our pasta off to one side. I'm just using a smasher. You can use a potato masher if you want. I'm just using a big, strong spatula, kind of mashing up the sauce a little bit, or our squash, into the sauce, our squash sauce. Our squash sauce. Take it off the heat for a second so it doesn't burn anymore. So all I'm doing now is I'm mashing that squash and the squash and cheese together and making it a sauce. Turn the heat on low so it just keeps it going. There we go. We'll add the rest of our pasta. You can add a little water, milk if you wish. Totally up to you. Kind of get all that tastiness off. That cheese helps make it ooey and gooey as well. So whatever cheese you select, it's really going to help with that. I'm going to just use our spatula here. Again, you can add, whoa! Really? On the live cooking show, you just see it spill all over. Oh well. All right. So it's a little bit runny at the moment. I can't believe I made such a mess in my kitchen where messes never happen. Just kidding. It happens all the time. Darn messes. All right. Now we're just going to cook it down, reduce it. You can add more cheese if you want. Be happy with this. And if you wanted it to be more of a sauce, you could easily add this to your blender before you add the pasta in, right? Add it to a blender and make it into a sauce if that's something you so wish. That works as well. All right, so let me get a little bit off there so you can see. And I'm just reducing it down so it's a little less watery. And then we're golden, and that's it. Get off the spatula. Oh. All right, I'll clean up my mess. I'm sorry about that. It's a live cooking show. What else are you going to do? Boom! Check that out. Right there, you get the ooey gooey goodness of the cheese, of the pasta, tastiness, and squash. Yum-y. Delicious. So that's how you make it, folks. I appreciate, I'll turn that off. I appreciate you watching and tuning into this show. Got one last question I see, Edgar. How many meals a day do I eat? Personally, and this goes, it's different for everyone, right? I eat at least 6 times a day. 6. It's crazy. I have my breakfast after my workout. Then I have a morning snack between like 9:30, 10, something like that. Morning snack. I have lunch. I have afternoon snack. I have dinner. And then I usually have like a dessert of some type, and my dessert is, yogurt and granola. It's apple and peanut butter, or something along those lines, a mug cake, right? Some of the desserts you see on our website are all desserts that I've had for my dessert. Do I have it all the time? Unhealthy ones? No, not by any means. It's usually healthy versus apple peanut butter or pears, or I don't know, something usually sweeter, because that's kind of what I like at night. But yeah, so that's how many I eat in a day. I work out 6 days a week. My workouts vary depending on my goals, what kind of workouts I'm doing. For a long time it was half hour, 45 minutes. That's pretty much what I suggest for anyone. If you want to see results, get between half hour, 45 minutes, 6 days a week. Make sure you eat healthy. You can be fit and healthy and feel better and just, I don't know, feel amazing. Be ready to chase your passions. If any of you are interested in how I did it, or interested in working out, or letting me help you, or not sure what to do, I'm happy to help you out with that. Just hit me up, let me know, put it in the comments, message me, email me at jonesandtogetfit@gmail.com, or just head over to my website and go through there, and there's a contact me area and all that good stuff. Check out our website for lots of recipes. We have over 100 recipes. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching and liking and sharing this video. You guys are all stars, and ladies, you're all stars as well. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next week for another episode. Let me know what you want to see. Drop in the comments. Thanks for watching.